All right, so we're back with another podcast. Today we've got Recovery RX
Yes.
in the house. Chad Belger and his group is they're part of the. I don't get the clap thing. That's more of an Alex thing. I don't. Anyway,
Okay.
we'll talk about that on another podcast.
Yeah.
They're part of the Iron Legion Syndicate. So we have a group of sponsors that we have here at Iron Legion that we bring on board, and we have pretty close ideologies. We're kind of all on similar missions, and that way we try to benefit and help each other. And Recovery RX is definitely one of those. We're actually one of the first ones on board with that particular thing because I've always been pretty partial to that mission, and I like Chad. So I've known Chad for a long time. I mean, I could probably do a number of podcasts on Chad's story alone, separate of Recovery RX. I mean, and we probably should. It's somebody that, in my opinion, I feel like Chad's earned a lot of respect in this community, not just the fitness community, but in the firefighter community and first responder community, just based on his work ethic, the fact that he's been there, he's gone through it, and he's earned the right to say what he says and do what he does. And you'll kind of find that out as you listen to him talk. The dude's super authentic, very down to earth, and one of the hardest workers that I know. So when he started Recovery RX, he started it for all the right reasons, and they were all very close to his heart. And I'm just going to kind of let you meet Chad right now, and he's going to talk about his business. And then he has a special event that we're doing this weekend on Saturday. That's kind of why we wanted to roll this podcast out too, and talk about this event and open that invite up to you guys in the public as well. So, Chad, if you want to introduce yourself.
Sure. Thank you for having us today. Again, my name's Chad Belger. I'm a veteran. I'm a 20-plus year career firefighter here in Florida. Currently working in Marion County in our town. I'm a nonprofit founder, and I founded Recovery RX 8 years ago, I guess, 7 years ago. Because I was just coming out of my struggle with substance abuse at that time, and I was looking for a way that I could add value back to that community. As you probably remember, the first time that I was a member here about 10 years ago, I was not healthy. Mm-hmm. I was maintaining a life, but I was not living, I was not thriving. I was surviving. And the wheels kind of came off right around the same time that you and I were working out together the first time. So again, maybe a story for another day, but we
qualified for some cool shit.
We did qualify for some cool stuff in spite of my condition. We did, and it's kind of funny is that your kind words in the lead in. I have worked very hard to build and maintain a good reputation in the communities that I serve, but substance abuse kind of took that away from me, and it's that series of sort of being, losing accountability and losing the trust of the people that I care about is not what got me sober, but it's what drives me to stay sober. And it's what drove me to create Recovery RX, to be an example for people like me that, this can happen to anyone, number one, and but anyone can recover from it regardless of how bad that scenario seems to them. So what we do, just a sort of short of it, is we introduce ourselves into the communities we serve by hosting free community workouts, which is what you're allowing us to do in your space this coming Saturday.
Looking forward to it.
Yep, and thank you. So what we do is we just come in, we do like a really bare bones, low technicality, functional fitness workout, and we just invite anyone that wants to come. And we co-opt healthy gym communities like yours into coming in, hearing about what we're doing and what we're trying to do, and inviting other people who may be in a situation like I was 10 years ago when we first met, to come in and just get a glimpse of how healthy those communities are and how beneficial they can be, right, to people like us.
And then that branched into recovery homes too, right? So can you explain that a little bit? I know I've got some builders and stuff that are kind of always questioning, what that's all about.
Absolutely. So the original plan was to do these community workouts. Well, I'll tell you how the money piece came in. So I started these community workouts. Then one of our guys who was a member of our group needed to go back to treatment. He had relapsed and he needed to go back to treatment. So knowing what I know about people like us, we'll do almost anything for a t-shirt. So I just self-printed some t-shirts and started selling them at our events and raised enough money to send him back to treatment. So I was like, well, that worked pretty good. I'm going to continue to do that. So the goal was to one day repeat that process until I could afford, a roll-up door gym space and start to build money to send people to treatment through that. But that wasn't what God had in mind for us. The first door that opened was the ability to get into opening homes for sober living for a transitional period for people like me who came out of treatment and need some sort of transition between treatment, incarceration, whatever it is, and back to the real world. And that's what we provide with our homes.
Okay.
So we currently have, and commonly known as sober living homes. Everyone's heard that term. So that's what we provide. We provide transition. We call it transitional living or recovery housing because we don't only focus on the substance abuse piece. We treat mental health, any process addictions like gambling or anything like that. We would be open to help. But yeah, those are the missions: advocacy, fundraising, and providing transitional living for people like me who struggle with substance abuse.
And that's huge for a lot of people. We were talking about it a little bit this morning, with substance abuse, and then trying to get people to focus on more positive things, and that negative, dark part. It's just a lot easier to lean into a bottle, to lean into cigarettes, lean into whatever it is. That's just easier versus actually leaning into something positive. But really having something positive like this also gives you that dopamine and that adrenaline rush and those types of things that kind of still an addiction in a way, but a more positive addiction type thing. And I feel like you've kind of leaned into that. So, so let's talk about Saturday's event. So what does Saturday's event look like? Obviously we just said it was, open to the public, but what can they expect to see?
Yep. So we're going to come in, how they usually run. We come in, we do a little meet and greet at the beginning. Some people know what to expect. Other people are a little nervous. So the newcomers, you'll be able to pick them out in a heartbeat, and we'll just kind of get around them and love on them and make sure that they feel comfortable. And then we'll talk a little bit about what our organization does. We'll have a table out with a little bit of merchandise and some literature about what we do. And then we'll brief the workout. We'll, of course, introduce yourself and your team, and brief the workout, which is just going to be the teams will need 1 dumbbell, one jump box, 4 step-ups.
Oh,
That's
cool.
It.
Okay.
Super stripped down. There'll be a few stations that each team will complete. And like I say, it can be as challenging as you want it to be, but it will be accessible to a day one athlete.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's going on for about an hour?
It'll go, the workout piece will be about 40 to 45 minutes, depending on how hard you push it. We'll do a greeting and a thank you at the end, and other than that, people can mill about, and then that'll be that. We hope that people will take some time to stop by our table and meet our team and ask about our organization so we can share our ministry with them. But other than that, man, we just want to see some faces, have the opportunity to talk about what we're doing, because I don't think I've ever had anyone come up to me after one of these events and be like, hey man, please help me. It's always someone comes up to us after the event and was like, man, can you talk to my brother? Can you talk to my sister? Can you talk to my husband?
Oh, that's a huge help too, though.
Yes, absolutely. So just what I say all that to say that just because you don't struggle with substance abuse, come anyway and hear about what we're doing, because we never go anywhere that somebody doesn't have a connection.
Yeah.
So, and we can be that avenue for you. We have 6 years now of experience of pairing people with the right resources, financially assisting people get where they need to be. You don't have to just come to our place. If our place doesn't work for you, we will happily find the right place for you.
What are we looking at future-wise, like on something like that? So we're doing this Saturday. Works out. Is this something that you're going to consistently do here in Ocala? You want to grow it?
We would absolutely love to grow it, and we'd love to grow it right here.
Okay.
Because I feel like I know the heart of this gym, having been here for quite a while now, and knowing you and Karen as like I feel like I do. I joked with Meredith when we first moved here. We were talking about how do we get involved with the community. And I was like, well, we can go to Iron Legion on a Saturday, and there's a 50-50 chance there's a fundraiser going on there. So
we do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So we know how important community action is to you guys. So and we just feel like this is our perfect home.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you kind of do this already up in Jacksonville a little bit,
We
right?
do.
Or you
Yep,
did, or
we
you
do.
did.
We sure do. We do
Yeah.
it. We try to do one a quarter, which is about our goal.
Okay.
Yep. So we don't want to burn our donors out. We don't want to burn people out, but we want to stay just often enough to stay present on people's mind.
That makes sense, man.
Yeah.
No, and it's the accountability part too. You
Yeah.
hit that really right on the head. I know you and I had some conversations at the beginning of the year, and you asked me about 3 weeks into it how it was going, and I had to give a little negative response, and man, that hurt my stomach. And I just thought about that over and over, and that kind of stuff. I mean, that's huge. Having somebody that you can open up to and lean on a little bit from time to time on just things that, it might not be a big deal to the outside world, but it's a big deal to that person personally, and they don't have anybody to talk to, or they feel like they're all alone, and to have somebody that's going through some of the same shit and they can identify with is kind of cool.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of the community you're pretty much bringing here on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like people they may be able to gravitate to and like open up and finally meet somebody and realize they're not alone in a mission like this.
Absolutely. And I think it's important for people to see that, addiction touches all walks of life. Like, absolutely. Are there people that are out there on the street right now begging for money for their next drink? Of course there are. There are also people that are CEOs and surgeons and every walk of life that have the same disease that I do. So the more we can sort of all kind of be honest about what happened with us, maybe somebody who would have stayed sick out of shame would just open up about what's going on and maybe take some action.
Yeah, and that accelerates everything, right? As soon as you got somebody in your corner helping you out, and like anything in life, as soon as you can get a coach or a mentor or somebody kind of help guide you out of the darkness, it's huge.
Yeah. Yep.
It's huge.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean it's a great business, and that's why it was super easy for us to be like, yeah, you're obviously part of the Iron Legion Syndicate. Like
We
that's got to
appreciate
be
that very
right
much.
off the rip. So I know yours was the first banner we put up. So
Yeah, we felt like it was a very natural partnership.
for sure, yeah. Yeah, and it's been great having you back, man. And the gym has benefited from it. The 5 a.m. is huge.
It is. It's a great
That's probably one
class.
of our biggest classes, and that's what I like the most is we've got a lot of hitters like you that are in that class, and it's cool. Well, cool, man. I'm glad we took up a little bit of time to talk about it. And like I said, I would love to have you back and just kind of talk about your journey more so, and then kind of talk about some of how your training here affects your day to day and that type of stuff. I'd really love to dig into that, but. Kind of want to just have a quick podcast, talk about what you're doing with Recovery RX, the weekend event that we've got coming up in the future. So, and then how that future is going to be rolling out. Yeah. So, that's it, man. So that's Chad Belger and Recovery RX and Recovery Homes. If you're interested and you want to come in here on Saturday, it's an open event. We hope to see you guys here. We'll all throw down together and get an opportunity to meet some really cool folks here in Ocala, Florida that can possibly help you out, or some family members or some friends that you might be struggling with something like that. But yeah, that's it for this podcast. You got anything else you want to throw in there?
That's it, brother. Thank you again for having us.
Yeah, man.
If you're interested in more information, just check out our website, www.myscarsaremyarmor.org.
All right, so we're out. Catch you on the next one. Good? How many minutes?
Like 14.
Perfect.
All right.
I like that.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.